Next, it is our pleasure to present the 2012 Honor Alumnus for the College of Engineering, Dr. Jerson Kelman. And he traveled all the way from Rio de Janeiro, which I think is probably the farthest we've had in some time. So Jerson, would you join us on stage? Dr. Kelman received a PhD in civil engineering from CSU in 1976. And since then, he has taken his education and experiences from CSU and applied them into leadership and management on a global scale. He currently serves as the president and CEO for the Light Group in Rio de Janeiro, which is present in a service area of approximately 11 million people. He also works as a professor of water resources at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. We join others in thanking Jerson and congratulating you on your award.
I came to CSU in 1973 as a PhD candidate, and I spent here 3 years. Those were perhaps the most important years of my life, in personal grounds and professional. In the personal dimension, these were the first years of my marriage with Celeste, that is sitting over there. We had 2 small children, and those years were the years that we actually bond our relationship that lasts for 42 years as a happy marriage. We are now both professors of Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, and the children that we have here as babies are now, they have their own families, and we are blessed with 5 grandchildren that all live in Rio de Janeiro, and every weekend we are together. So the roots were here in Fort Collins. On the professional grounds, most of what I did in my professional life, I learned here at CSU. I had distinguished professors like Jezevich, Morel Seitu, Neil Grieg, that is sitting over there, have the honor of being in our table, Evan Vlachos, Duane Bays, and others that probably I'm forgetting, that gave me the basics to go in my professional life with knowing what I was doing. But here at, I will not say CSU or Fort Collins, here in the United States, I learned something more. At that time, in the 70s, Brazil was under dictatorship. And here in the US, I learned how a democracy really works. A country that that values individual freedom and entrepreneurship, but at the same time is capable of creating institutions, maintaining institutions that provide support to the needed, and also give institutions that provide the common good. So how this country works is an example for the world, and along my professional life as public servant, many times I remembered how things work here and try to reproduce over there. Here at CSU, I made friends for life, all over the world, but in particular Brazilians. Many Brazilians came, water research people, came to CSU in the 70s, and people that we have not met back in Brazil. We met here, and we're a little bit embarrassed. How come we had the same interests and we didn't meet in Brazil? So we decided to create, back home a Brazilian Association of Water Resources. It became very small. Now it's a 2,000-member association, very respectful. Most of the presidents are CSU graduates like Omid, myself, Tucci, and others. And I'm very happy that today, in this current board, our son, Rafael, is member of the board of this association. So we have now a dynasty of water resources. When I travel around the world to water meetings, I often meet CSU graduates in water. We call ourselves, like, in a gentle way, the water mafia of CSU. And I think that this tells something, that I'm saying that in the 70s, beyond that I didn't follow, but in the 70s, and I think that now also, the CSU had and has now an excellent faculty that attracts good students, best students worldwide. And this legacy, I think it's a big responsibility to the leaders of CSU nowadays. You guys that are leading CSU have this responsibility of keeping this flag. You know, an institution that attracts the best, the brightest all over the world. Good luck on that, and thank you.